Welcome back to Explain Yourself podcast. I'm Luca.
And I'm John.
And, for the sponsor for today's video is jerseybirdshop.com. Hand-stitched, made in the USA. Cheap. It crosses off every single platform. Price, shipping, quality. Really crosses off everything. They just added football, hockey, and baseball, so now you can get any movie, any college, any NFL team that you want. They really got everything. And use our code EXPLAIN10 for 10% and free shipping off your order. And we got a pretty special guest today.
Another interview.
Former D1 football recruiter and turned Instagram, I don't know how you would say it, but he's got a pretty cool mission that he's been going on. And we want to welcome Brett Gibbons. How you doing, dude?
Hey, good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me on today.
Oh, no,
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
So, I think our first question would be like, how did you get such a cool job? Like,
Yeah.
That's definitely like a dream to be a recruiter.
Actually, well, if you're talking about recruiting, it all started when I was in school. I was at Bowling Green State University, and it's just something I really want to do. And the power of an email, really goes a long way. I just kind of like, hey, I'd really like to help out, see what I can do. And I was able to do it at 2 different schools. I did my capstone internship, so I could graduate school down in Texas State, just out to Austin. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It's a lot of work, totally unpaid. But I found it pretty worth it.
Yeah. No, that's definitely one of the, that's definitely up there for like a job bucket list. So you started out at Bowling Green, and then were you hired at Texas Tech, or was it just like a volunteer, or Texas State, my bad?
So I was hired, but I was hired for no pay.
Okay.
The guy at Texas State, he was from Ohio. He was actually from the Cleveland area, which is where I was born and raised. And so he recognized the area code like on my phone and was like, hey, I'll talk to this guy. So I actually did a few interviews. And it's tough because you can't ask for pay even though you want to be paid.
Yeah.
Because there's always somebody out there willing to do it for free. And in my case, somebody willing to move 1,700 miles away to work for free.
Wow, yeah.
That's
Hopefully get, a paid job as a coach or a full-time recruiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when you were recruiting kids, did you actually travel to their houses and like to other states? Or were you just kind of like an in-state type recruiter?
If I would have traveled, that probably would have been a massive NCAA violation as a student. So I didn't do any of the traveling myself. I was fortunate enough at Texas State to be able to watch film and recommend guys. And actually, when I was at Bowling Green, this kid who went to my high school, believe it or not, he's quite a talent. And I actually told the coaches about him. They evaluated him, ended up giving him a scholarship offer, and now he is slated to be a starting middle linebacker for the Falcons this year.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty rewarding experience. But, I was an intern. I did the putting itineraries together and, designing the name tag and stuff that they would wear and going getting their hotel room stuff. I did have some, personal connection with the recruits. I would keep up with them via Twitter DM, maybe give them a phone call or two. And when they were on campus for official visits, I would drive them, take them to places and hang out with them while the coaches were doing their own thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like for a student, that sounds like an awesome job.
It sure was.
Yeah. So that actually leads me to my next question. Do you actually watch the highlights and the emails that kids send? Like, because I know a lot of coaches that I've spoken to more in basketball, they say that only about half of the emails and highlight tapes kids send, they actually watch.
Yeah, so that's, boy, you'd be amazed at the kind of emails that are sent. There's good ways to lay out your emails to get noticed. So I guess, speaking to anybody who might be looking to get recruited, the proper way for an email is real simple. We want your name, height and weight, 40 times, take it or leave it. I did watch probably about 100 highlight films a day if I wasn't busy with other things. So I do watch them.
Oh, okay.
And it's hard, where you're just kind of like, man, all these kids can play, they're super good, but you got to know the difference between D3 good and D1 good, and then you got to know the difference between Power 5 good and Group of 5 good. Because,
100%.
Yeah.
some guys, if they have an offer from, Oklahoma, they're not going to listen to Texas State.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of training your eye to it, but man, I've watched hours and hours of highlight film.
Yeah, no, that was a question I had because the guy who we interviewed a couple days ago, he said, because he coaches at a Canadian college, and he said that a lot of the film that they get, they'll read the email and they'll watch maybe half of the highlight tapes they get. And so I wanted to know if that's how it worked at a big Group of 5 school.
I would give them 3-4 plays. So, the guys that have these 18-minute long highlight tapes, I'm not interested in. Some of the top recruits in the country have 3-minute highlights.
Yeah.
A lot of guys like to put slides at the beginning with pictures of them and all these, my junior year I was third team all conference. Like, dude, I don't care.
Yeah.
Show me your tape. So I watched the tape, and honestly, if they don't pop in the first 2 or 3 plays, on to the next one.
Yeah. No, I would expect that.
So, we got a few more questions, but the next one, what is the best recruit that, you have recruited?
Or that you've, seen come through one of the programs that you were at while you were there?
Oh, that's tough. Do you guys want somebody who actually went there, or somebody that ended up moving on from us?
Both.
You can give, you can give both. Give one,
All right. So, back in my time at Bowling Green, there was this quarterback who played St. Louis. His name's Isaiah Williams. Currently plays, I'm pretty sure currently plays once he's transferred at Illinois.
Oh,
okay.
And holy smokes, this kid was, he looked like Lamar Jackson in high school. He was the fastest guy by 5 or 6 steps.
Wow.
Quickest guy. He could throw the ball 60 yards with the flick of his wrist. Probably the most unbelievable highlight I've ever seen. He now plays as an athlete. I don't even think he went as a quarterback at Illinois. As far as people we actually landed, there's a guy running back at Bowling Green right now. Andrew Cloud, I believe his name is. Anyway, he led the team rushing. Was I think first team all conference in return game. Quick dude. And I think he was probably the best recruit that we landed while I've been there. I'm not going to knock the program. I love Bowling Green went there. They struggled recently. Their recruiting classes have been okay. So, we haven't seen some incredible talent like Roger Lewis, who played at Bowling Green and now plays for the New York Giants.
Yeah.
We haven't seen guys like that come through.
Well, the biggest talent I can remember that I've remembered that went to Bowling Green in the last few years was that documentary Last Chance U on Netflix. There was that linebacker from Texas Tech that was lights out. And I think he only had offers from Bowling Green and somebody else, and I think he ended up choosing Bowling Green. That's the only kid I can remember that went to Bowling Green because I've been following college football since I was 3. Everything and anything about college football, I'm watching it. I like recruiting time. I watch the recruit special show on ESPN. College football is definitely the number one, thing to me. And I definitely pay. I like watching on Saturdays. My dad, he would rather watch Bowling Green and North Texas than watch Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. He's kind of weird like that. So I definitely watched a lot of Bowling Green.
Oh yeah, I mean we've got our guys in the NFL. We're not a recruiting powerhouse, but we got Scotty Miller plays slot receiver for Tampa Bay. He's catching passes from Tom Brady this year. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's a short list.
Yeah. So now moving into your road to CFB.
Yes.
That's amazing. I honestly, that would be a dream to go to see a game day at every single school.
So your mission is to go to see a game at every college football stadium. So
that's pretty special.
Yeah.
I mean, and so how many schools have you been to so far?
Yeah.
All right. 27 states. Season 3, which was last year, the real world hit me, and I got a job working weekends, so I was unable to go to any there. But instead, I reached out to the Road CFB community and featured a bunch of game days from people all around the country that went to games. And this year, we all know the state of the world. You've heard about it to death. And so I just announced a couple of days ago that I will not be doing games in person this year, just because, personal health and the likelihood of fans of games probably not great.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Outside of just game days, I have been to 52 total stadiums.
Oh, okay, so that's moving up there. That 130. That's pretty. Only got about 80 left. So what would be like? Well, if you had to rank your top 3 game day experiences based on atmosphere and like gameplay, what would it be? And then
just the best overall experience.
And then could you do 3 about the best of like the fans that you've met at another 3?
Oh, that's tough. Okay, so best product. Boy, that's hard. I'm an Ohio State fan.
So am I. That's awesome.
Okay,
John's a big Ohio State fan.
Ohio State fan.
Yes.
So Ohio State's number 1 in both categories. You can't beat it.
Go Buckeyes.
Holy smokes, I saw LSU the year before Joey Burrow broke out, but I think it's team play in that archaic I formation offense.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably number 2 as far as overall game day experience.
Luke is an LSU fan.
Cooked Cajun food at tailgates. Some of the best tailgating in the entire country. And I will say Texas Tech was a pretty special one for me. Living in Texas, I guess I'm a tangential Texas Texan. But they hosted number 7 Oklahoma, including Kyler Murray, in front of more than a sold-out crowd at night. And that was a pretty explosive game atmosphere. As far as teams go, I saw Oklahoma play in Kyler Murray's Heisman year twice.
Wow.
Talk about a special player.
Yeah, that was a special season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty crazy. Ole Miss, I know this is a crazy one, but Ole Miss, when they had A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf, that was a pretty special team. I believe Shea Patterson was injured, so they had backup quarterback Jordan Ta'amu.
Yes, he's in the.
Transferred somewhere after that.
Yeah, he's in the. He was in the XFL.
He was in the XFL. You're right.
Yeah, I remember him.
So yeah, I guess in a roundabout, not really straight answer. I'll put Mississippi State in there too.
Okay. Oh, the cowbells.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must. Yeah. Okay. So, for the next, and obviously this year you're not going to have any opportunities to go to any games, but for the next 2, say 2 years, what are the top 5 that you have to get to?
Number 1 is Nebraska. I have a friend that works in the athletic department right now, and I had a game lined up to go, Penn State and Nebraska in November. That I will not be attending anymore, but I will definitely get to Nebraska. That's number 1. Ole Miss, I gotta say, number 2, just because of the legendary tailgating there.
Yeah.
Gotta make it there. I'm not sure what it is about Kinnick Stadium in Iowa, but I really, really wanted to get to Iowa.
That seems pretty special with the
Florida, and I think Auburn probably rounds up top 5.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Kinnick Stadium, I think would be pretty special just with the children's hospital there.
Yes. I
think that seems like, especially a night game there, I think would be pretty sick. And yeah, so if you ever come up to Army, we go to a lot of Army games.
Yeah.
And it's it's a small stadium, but the troops there, they go crazy the tailgates are okay. The tailgating, I wouldn't say is anything to write home about, but the game atmosphere is really special. And if you come up during a good, they play probably, I would say 2 really good group of 5 teams each year, and they're pretty special games.
Yeah, if I could pick any game in the entire world to go to this coming season, if it was happening, normally it'd be Oklahoma at Army.
Yes.
Any game in the entire country, over Auburn, Alabama, over all those rivalries, I would go to Oklahoma and Army.
Yeah, well, last year I remember we had I was at a hockey game, and when the game was happening, and our coach was watching the game on his phone, he had the radio playing in his pocket in the middle of the game, and we're all pretty big Army fans up here, and that was a heartbreaker. That was tough.
Yeah, I was. You know what? I listened to the end of that game on the radio on my way to work because Ohio State fans hate Michigan. Would love to see them lose the opening week.
Yep.
And it was close.
Yeah, no, that was I could see at that's probably gonna sell out really. I mean, Army probably won't have any fans, but if it was, that would sell out probably. I'll be surprised if it wasn't sold out already.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So if you had to, with the whole road to CFB thing, if you had to rate what is like more special, is it visiting every stadium, or would it be like the people that you're gonna meet at every stadium?
Just the
Oh man, it's so tough, and I think the easy answer would be the people, because I've already met so many cool people on the way, and stadiums, as we'll see this year, stadiums just aren't the same out fans in them.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd probably say the personal interactions I get to make.
Yeah.
With fans, visiting their tailgates, hearing their stories, why they're fans of their team, and just kind of hearing the passion. It's hard to dislike any school that you're at.
Yes.
Even Michigan. When I went to Michigan, I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
The schools I don't love as much. It's still hard not to get swept up in the passion and the excitement that all the fans have.
Yeah, no, it's college football is, I think, the most special. Each school has their own unique fan base, and I think each fan base is so special.
And I think a lot of people like college football, more than let's just say the NFL, because I hear people say that these kids, the passion for the game is more than when you're already at the top.
Because they're playing for their
dreams,
for their integrity, and to get to the next level. I think it's just the fans are so much more special in the NFL, and I think that I'm definitely gonna try to do something like this that you're doing. But yeah, man, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
this was a very cool interview.
Yes,
been looking forward to this for a while, and really thank you a lot.
Yes.
Thanks for having us on. And actually, I'll just give a word of advice before I head out here for you.
Yeah.
I want to do what I'm doing. A lot of people are like, man, I don't have the money to do that. It's so expensive. It doesn't have to be. It really doesn't. I fund my own thing. I'm not made of money. I started in college when I had no money. So it doesn't have to be expensive. It sounds more daunting than it really is. And do it, because if you start too late, you're not going to be able to.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, thank you.
I would definitely love to do, something, like this.
Yeah.
So, thanks for the advice.
Thanks
for coming on,
dude. Really. Thank you.
All right.
All right, man.
All right.
Have a good day.
You do the same thing.
Okay.
All right,
bye-bye.
All right, you guys heard it here first.
That was the interview.
Awesome interview.
With Brett Gibbons.
Former Division I football recruiter. If any of you guys want to get recruited, I mean, if you're still here, you already watched the whole video.
Yeah.
But, yeah, thank Brett for coming on. Go follow him on Instagram.
And thank you for watching.
Follow him on Instagram, please. Road to CFB.
We'll put everything in the description.
Everything in the description. And,
all the socials down below.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. So,
right.
this is the Explain Yourself podcast.
I'm Luca.
And I'm John.
And peace out.
See ya.